Boom, coming in hot, Chichi, with a Charge shirt on today. I need it.
You need it, dude. Oh, it's amazing you say that. I totally forgot to mention this to you. So, watching the Mets game the other night, I'll send you this clip. But so Steve Gelbs is a sideline reporter, does a great job with them. Starts talking about this stretch that the Mets are in and how they're struggling, and they're using. And he goes, "It's all about Buffaloes," and I'm like, what is he talking about here? So he starts talking. Now I got to clear something up. He tells his whole story. Hold on, I'm going to play it right now. Let me play his story.
So, guys, one more thing to get back to Mendoza and his leadership. It was interesting to hear about something he did the other day where he referenced a presentation from the mental skills coach back in spring training. So the mental skills coach talked about the buffalo, the animal, the buffalo, in spring training, and how it's different than many other species of animals in that if a storm is coming, instead of running away from the storm, buffalo come together as a herd and charge directly into the storm so that they can get through it quicker rather than running away and hiding and staying underneath it. And Mendoza pulled the team aside a couple of days ago and he just said, hey guys, this is what we talked about. We expected this to happen. It was going to happen. Now we stick together. We have that buffalo mentality and we get through this storm as quickly as we can.
Well, Steve, my understanding is the buffalo got slaughtered because when they got shot from long range, they didn't stampede or run away. They just froze. They were easy targets.
Yeah, I think that was the point of the whole story. Thanks for the coda.
Oh, thanks for the backup, Keith. Gilbsy, always there to help you along.
There's only one.
Oh, dude, it's so great, man. It's so great. Well, Keith Hernandez, good old Keith coming in at the end, which is great. Hey, man, it's great. It's a great thing. It's what I use for Breakthrough Pro.
Right.
You know, our whole thing for Breakthrough Pro is the buffalo, of the toughness of the buffalo, of that, you know, at the end of the day, when the storms in life come for you, when they come, not if they come. And I think that's what we get shocked as human beings sometimes is, oh, I can't believe this is here. Can't believe this happened to me. Like, no, when the storms come, like, I didn't know my hamstring's gonna be ripped off the bone and I was gonna be in surgery. And hey, when they come and they're here, and what are we gonna do? And like, the thing about the buffalo, dude, is I think the greatest thing. And the one thing, the acronym we have for Charge and Breakthrough Pro is when you charge, you find courage. The C, you find courage. And courage isn't not having fear. Courage is fear's here, but I'm charging anyway. I'm taking action on the fear. And I always say, Chinch, in baseball and in life, if you don't take action on fear, it'll take action on you anyhow. It's coming for you anyhow. It's going to make you sit in the corner and suck your thumb, or it's going to make you charge it. And I always say, listen, it's coming no matter what. Let's charge on it. The other thing is, you talk about charge, the H for, honesty. Start getting honest with yourself. You know what? I can handle this. I can do this. And honesty of, I like the serenity prayer on that. God, grant me the serenity to accept honesty, accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can. What can I do right now? I got to have the courage to charge the storm right now, and the wisdom to know the difference. A lot of times in life, we don't get honest with ourselves. We don't accept reality. So we just go, nah, I can't believe this is happening. And we just keep saying that. We take no action, right? And I think the next thing is the A, you do take an action. You start moving in direction. And then you build the resilience muscle. That's a muscle to know that you can get through hard things and get through the storms when they come because you're charging. That's resilience, man. When you build that resilience muscle and something comes, this is my 7th surgery, bro. I know I'm going to be okay. Why? Because when surgery 1 came and I was like, what is this pain that I've never had in my life? You know what? I know that I've been there before. I've been there 6 times before. Like, I'm going to get through it. Is it tough? Yeah, but I'm coming because that resilience muscle has been built. And, dude, the G for charge, you're going to grow. You're going to grow as a man. You're going to grow as a woman. You're going to grow as a human being. You're going to grow to know my infinite potential lies on the other side of being uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is okay. My infinite potential lies in that. And then you're going to gain, I always say at the end, you gain energy. You gain energy to know that you're good enough, that you're tough enough, that you have what it takes to live the life and move forward. And you go back to Carlos Mendoza. When I was with the Yankees in 23, when I gave my first talk to the team out in Colorado, I gave the analogy of the buffalo running for the storm. because that's where we were then. And, and herding up. If you watch, they herd up in these nasty storms. And you think about the storms out in Montana, dude, and out in Colorado, that hail will collapse your car. I have 2 buddies that the hail collapsed their car, Chinch. You're in Rockville Center, you get hail, you might get a couple dents in the hood and go, dude, I can't believe this hail. It dented my hood. The hail in Montana, Colorado, where these buffalo are charging, the hail will collapse a car, collapse it in, so it's incredible. So the analogy is great, dude. And Mendoza, what he's talking about and charging, because for 162, dude, when you go through little storms, when they come in 162, you're going to hit a bunch of them. You got to band together because only the dudes in that clubhouse, that's that herd. And you start to have that mentality and change your perspective in your mind starts says, hey, let's go, boys. Let's keep moving.
There you go. And lest anyone could possibly believe that Sean doesn't believe in this stuff, what is your mascot for Casey's?
Oh, it's Case the Buffalo. Case the Buffalo.
It's a buffalo.
Casey's Clubhouse. Case the Buffalo. Let's go.
There's no BS here. All right. So we got a storm for some Major League Baseball players who got a little snubbed, we think, on All-Star fan voting. Listen, great players are all in there. Judge and Ohtani exempt. They move automatically into the All-Star game because they're the top 2 vote getters as well. They should be. So win there for the fans. Now, some fans, especially in your former ballpark, Cincinnati, very fired up. Elly De La Cruz did not get into the final vote, despite the fact that he is leading shortstops in Major League Baseball in pretty much every offensive category. So, it's super quick. And of course, fans, everybody can get on the internet now, so the comps are everywhere. There's stat head comps with everything. Somebody compared Elly to Mookie Betts, who is a little down on his numbers. I didn't realize he's hitting 253.
Yeah, Mookie's not having a good year.
Yeah, so that's a little bit tough.
He's going on name right now.
Yeah. Elly, on the other hand, he leads Mookie in every one of these categories. In hits, in homers. He's got 18 homers, Case. He's leading him in RBIs, 55 RBIs, 21 stolen bases. He's hitting 277, on-base percentage 351, slugging over 500, OPS 862, OPS plus 130. All of those numbers are in the black compared to Mookie Betts. So let's start with him, and then we'll move on to a couple others.
Well, I think the big thing with Mookie Betts is obviously it's the Dodger Nation too. So this is the fan vote. So they have so many people. And, I mean, if you look at the list, it feels like the Dodgers starting lineup. And I think that's also the Ohtani presence of the popularity of the Dodgers internationally. I'm sure some of those votes are coming from there too. But at the end of the day, right now, the best shortstop in the National League is Elly De La Cruz. Yeah, it's just, that's where he's going. That's where he's trending. Starting to see that ability, the speed power combo, the game changing, from right, left side, everything that he's doing. And I also really believe the influence of a guy like Terry Francona. I think Tito, you could tell, Tito's one of those guys where expectations are high, standards high when Tito's in that clubhouse. And you can almost feel like Elly De La Cruz not taking the pitches off, not taking the bats off, not giving bats away, in a different setup. So you could kind of see him going to another level right now. So yeah, in that situation, dude, Elly De La Cruz, best shortstop in the NL right now. Should be the guy.
Dude, there was a great thing that happened the other day. Exactly to your point, Elly had a base running error. He didn't know there were like a certain amount of outs or something. And Francona, quote unquote, from Terry, I kind of told him, I don't think the best players in the league do that. He's better than that. And he told Elly that, and he goes, you got it, never happening again. And that's what you're saying. He holds him to a higher standard. You want to be one of the greatest players in the game? I'm going to hold you to that. And it's cool that Elly respects that, obviously, because that's how you get better.
Yeah, not going to sugarcoat it. Tito's like, I've been in this game 50 years. At the end of the day, this is what the best look like. And they know how many outs there are or whatever. And I love that. And I love that Elly's like, never going to happen again. That's the kind of guy you want.
Yeah.
You want to be the best, but that's the mentality you got to have.
There you go. And to your point about the All-Star finalists for the Dodgers, we said Ohtani's in. Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, Tommy Edman, Mookie Betts, Max Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, and Andy Page.
Nice.
Pajes, sorry. Sorry, that's my American accent. Pajes. So that's what they got going. Couple other guys. This one you really like because you really like this guy. James Wood is not considered a finalist. Again, this is fan voting. I gotta say, he's gonna make it, dude. He's got.
Well, James Wood's gonna make it. You know, there's no doubt about it. And also, too, don't forget, like one of the in 2004, you know, I wasn't in the fan vote. You know, look back at I was hitting 355 with 16 homers and 50 something RBIs, blah blah blah. I was voted in by the players.
That's
an honor too. Now the players get a vote. You know, it's pretty cool when you get that envelope comes to your chair. You come in for the day for the game, and you sit down and you vote for guys, you know, players that you feel like are worthy. You get voted in by the players. That's something to do. James Wood's going in no matter what as a reserve player vote, whatever. But you know, it's pretty funny. We're now comparing James Wood and Juan Soto.
Yeah,
because James Wood, his numbers are better than Soto's, and they were traded for each other. You know, and I remember when that trade happened, dude. I was like, the big name you're gonna know about is this kid's an A-ball at the time. I said, this guy James Wood's gonna be an absolute star, and turns out, bam, and the power that he has changes real deal Holyfield.
Real deal Holyfield for sure. He's got 22 homers. Soto's got 19. He's got 63 ribbies. It's not even at the break yet.
Yeah,
Soto's got 45.
He's like 21, 22.
Yeah, how about hitting 277, dude? He's got a 926 OPS plus 161. He is a star in the making.
And you talk about a comp to Juan Soto. The reason Juan Soto is because he goes to left center at the opposite field, better than any lefty in the game. Guess who does it probably better than him now? James Wood.
There you go.
When Wood first came up, they're trying to get him. I'll pull it in the air, pull it in the air. I'm like, you know what? This pull it in the air stuff, I get it. You're going to pull it in the air. If you can go to left center and drive the ball the other way to left center, you're going to pull the ball in the air. That means you're the best hitter in baseball if you can go out the other way. That's the best bat path you could possibly have. Some of these guys are like, we want you to pull the ball more. Stop that. That as guys get older, they understand. They start to learn to pull. But if never take away opposite field power to a young hitter, that's how they're going to be pull side power, best player in the game. Those are your best players in the game. So James Wood's proven that right now, Chinch.
There you go. All right. One other one that has some fans up in arms, and that's the Rays fans are upset. First base right now has Goldschmidt and Vlad Jr. in there. But the Rays do have somebody on their roster who could have a say in that, hitting 329 with 8. That's Jonathan Aranda. What do you
Jonathan Aranda has been great, dude, all year long. You know, sometimes he doesn't play against lefties, which I need to call Kevin Cash and be like, clean it up, dude, and like quit doing the old, hey, you know, let's put in this guy because he's a righty. Like, here's my really quick. I'm getting on a soapbox really quick because I'm just get so bothered why righties are allowed to stay in against righties, but a lefty comes in against a lefty. Go, oh, it's lefty. Why are you keeping the righty in against the righty?
Good question.
Get him out. Get him out of there. You know what I mean? So Aranda rakes, dude. He raked in the minors. I knew he was coming. Everyone knew he was coming. And he's had an incredible year. I mean, right at a 900 OPS, hitting well over 300 with some damage. And, you know, well deserving to be on the All-Star team for the Rays.
Yeah, and to your point, he's got about 50 plate appearances less than Vlad. He's got about 25 plate appearances less than Goldschmidt. And his numbers are better than theirs in ribbies, batting average, on base, slugging, OPS, and OPS plus. Both of those guys. Vlad's got a couple more homers than him. He's got the same amount of homers as Goldschmidt, and he's hitting 331, dude.
Yeah.
14 on base.
Yeah, he's raking, dude. He's legit. He is the real deal, dude. And you don't hear about him because he's with the Rays.
There you go.
He's their star.
He's their star.
He's their star.
And listen, the Rays have a little mojo going on right now. Let's not forget about that, dude. Yeah, and the Rays have met with the commissioner's office to figure out, you know, we're going to be a playoff team. Where are we going to play our playoff games?
Yeah,
So
it's ridiculous.
they're no joke there. They're playing hard, and it's always the Tampa Bay Rays.
How do they do it,
I
Chinch?
don't know.
How do they do it? So the Pirates, they've been terrible for years. You know, what are they doing? You know, all these teams that have been terrible for years, like the Rays have a lower payroll. What are they doing? And how come people can't model it?
That's a great point.
You know what I mean? And God, it's incredible. And like, dude, it's amazing because you know that's why Hein Bloom leaves. That's well, Andrew Friedman's really the guy. The guy that created all this incredibleness is Andrew Friedman, and Friedman's running the Dodgers. And then you go look at the Dodgers minor leaguers, how they develop guys. How now he's got a payroll.
Yeah,
You got that mentality with a payroll. but I feel like nobody else has been able to replicate what they've done. They continue to do it. It's incredible, dude. With their payroll, they should be the Pittsburgh Pirates, but it starts at the top. The ownership and the GM, the way they do it is different. The culture they create must be different than what the Pirates are creating because, they're doing it with the low payroll.
There you go. Well, you said it all, dude. I feel like you got some energy back, dude. I know you're good, dude. We're very proud of you for all the this stuff, folks.
Well, we got 4 in this week. We got 4 out of 5 in this. I must admit, yesterday was a rough day. I'm not sleeping great, but I'm getting there, man.
Yeah, man.
So I'm say some prayers for me. I'm going to the Jersey Shore in a couple days. We're gonna kind of grind out. Like I'll have to lay. I'm gonna fly because there's no way I could sit in a car for 6 hours, but because I can't sit down. Oh. So I'm gonna like sit to the left for like an hour and figure it out. And Sarah's like the greatest human being alive. She's taking care of me at an epic level. She's driving up and she's going to grab us at the airport and then drive to the Jersey Shore. Yeah. So
that's love right there.
Oh, yeah.
Are you eating well? Are you eating or are you
Yeah, I mean, all right. My appetite's not huge, but I'm eating pretty well. Yeah. I'm eating pretty well. Yeah.
There you go. Stay off don't have those ding dongs and ho-hos.
Dude, I'm staying off all ding dongs and all that stuff. Ho-hos. Thank God my diet's locked in because I really am staying off that stuff, which has been good.
All right, dude. Well, enjoy your weekend.
Okay, Chinch. Love you, man. What are you doing this weekend, dude?
Dude, chilling. It's my last weekend before my new job.
That's right, dude. You're starting. Dude, we haven't talked about your job. Let's talk about that for a second.
All right.
Tell us what's going on. Tell everybody what's going on with Rich Chichamino, baby. Big news, too. This is a big one. Tell us what's going on, man.
New York Post Sports, dude, digital.
Let's go, man. That's a big one, Chinch. Big one for you, dude. I'm excited. We've known about this for a while. We haven't dropped the news, and it's also might change the podcast a little bit too. So we're obviously going to figure that out.
But just so everybody knows, podcast is not going away. I wouldn't be here without Sean Casey. And Sean Casey and I have gone through a heck of a lot together over the years, and this thing is still going. And we love all our fans, and we love being a part of it. And I feel like the podcast is getting better and better through the years, and I don't want it to go away. It sure isn't.
No, me neither, dude.
We're in a different world now, too. You can do different things. You can do multiple things. Everybody entrepreneurialize themselves and keep it rolling, dude. The podcast, this is part of a fabric of my life, and you're one of my best friends in the world, so we're not stopping. We're going to only get better, dude.
Appreciate that, dude. Listen, man, Chinch, I am so excited for you. And, dude, I'm excited for the New York Post because they got one of the biggest savages in this industry, and they know. I got the chills saying it. They got one of the best people in this industry. They know it. I know it. You know it. And the Post is going to be so much better for it. And I'm excited for you, man. I'm excited that you got this opportunity. I know it was a lucrative position too, because I know there was a ton of people with their names in the hat. And I remember when it came down to the last 2, and you had told me a few weeks ago that you were down to the last 2, and then when you got the job, we all celebrated and said we would break the news to our fans here soon. But I'm fired up for you, man. It's going to be great, and I'm just really excited that you're going to be back in the mix, back in the industry that you have excelled at, and all you did at MLB Network. I mean, dude, you really started that network. I mean, all the shows that are on still to this day. Rich Cincinnamino, your footprint are there, and the New York Post has no idea what's about to come in and take them to another level. So I know John Heyman and Joel Sherman know.
Yeah, our boys.
Yeah.
Heyman's been locked in, dude. He's already telling me all the things he wants to know. Anyway,
so that starts on Monday, bro.
Starts on Monday.
Wow. Enjoy your last weekend before, you get back in the work world and back at it, dude. Are you going into the city?
Yeah. Going into the city 4 days a week, bro.
Great, dude. Nice. All right, man.
I'm excited. And hey, wouldn't have come through without the mayor's office and all the fans and all our success here. And John, you've lifted me up in a lot of ways, man. So I appreciate you.
Well, I love you, dude. And this has been a great ride with us with the mayor's office. Dude, we're coming up on 800 episodes.
Yes, dude.
800 episodes. Talk about the power of consistency.
There you go.
Some days you just got to show up. You know what I mean? I still remember, dude, talk about surgery and showing up. I still remember when I had COVID when we first started. Yes. Remember getting COVID and like grinding through it. We did Cliff Floyd. We had Cliff on. I was like, can't cancel on Cliff. And I was like, remember like literally feeling like I needed to like go to bed while talking to Cliff. Think about all the things we've done through some of the shows.
Yeah, brother. All right, man.
Okay, bro. I love you, man. Have a great weekend, Chinchy. I'll talk to you, and literally looking forward to it, man. Good luck on Monday morning, man. It's gonna be a great week for you. Okay, bye. I'll see you. See you, everybody.